isn't this streaming Steam? Oh, there we go. Oh my god. I, why? I, I got them to team kill. Did you see that? I got them to TK Bailey. Bailey, did you see that or no? Okay. You might be able to see it in stream if you rewind it. Huh? No, the YouTube stream. Yeah. Cause like it's way easier to say that instead of like Julius Caesar, because like that one's like way more popular. Cause that's yeah. Actually, I'll actually turn on. What? Oh yeah. And then he gets TK'd by his teammate because he's fused. Dude, it's so hilarious. Oh, dude, yeah. Actually, you know what? Why? Yeah. I don't know how I got that off. You'll see it in a second. Did you see that? Well, if you go frame by frame, Bailey, I'm already down when it goes off. They might have. I don't know. I mean, you could very well be. So what were you saying about the phenomenon you and because like I get what you're saying. God, wait, really? Wow. Of course, there's a pulse. So what's the phenomenon that you and because like I have not experienced that because most of the Siege players, like yes, on PC will run at you, but the problem is that it really depends. If you're playing quick play, then yes, that's pretty much what they'll do. But if you're actually playing ranked or unranked, like it, you're gonna see more role based engagements. Like yes, you'll see the Ash run in first and get 2 kills and either die or just kill everybody, or like she'll get 2 kills, slow down, and then the rest of the team pushes in, and you're kind of just yeah. I don't know. I get outplayed a lot more by uh uh PC players rather than out aimed most of the time. It might. Yeah. Well, even playing with Javier and Austin, like it still felt like that, and that would even out the skill. But I don't know. That's kind of why, like, which is wild to me. My God, what people are even more retarded? Interesting. So are golds too. Gold's fucking confused. They're more what? Hmm. What do I play more like? PC or console? PC. Yeah, because I know the higher you get on the skill bracket for like PC, they're very very meticulous, but they're also very aggressive. But it's not mindless. god, teammate, fucking push in with me. Get off your fucking drone. I. Who, me? Oh, yeah, I don't know. What? Oh. What was one thing that I used to say that you actually kind of miss? And that was funny. No, okay. Jesus. What? Dude, what is this team? Like, what are we doing? Why did we let them plant? I don't understand. And I literally missed every fucking shot. That's what I mean, dude. It's like, I don't know. Nope. I almost, yeah, I don't know. The thing is too, like on console when I play, I feel like I have a chance at getting decent teammates. When on PC, I swear, dude, it's rare that I get good teammates. And then it's also on top of the fact that there will be games where I get good teammates and I'm doing poorly. What? Oh. Well, yeah, like literally 90% of the time, it just feels like I'm against like insanely good players for the most part. There have been a few games where that's not the case. What was that? You'll see it in a second. It's that type of shit that confuses me. No, it's coming up in a second. It was the Dokkaebi that turned the corner as I was spectating. Did I get into the new match? No. But yeah, did you see her turn the corner? And just like fucking die? I was like, what are you doing? If I could use mouse and keyboard, I would, but I know I would not. I wouldn't even be able to control recoil. What? What is this sledge skin? You see this? How many tabs do you have open? For what? Oh. Oh. Wait, where? What are those clips from? Oh. Really? Why? I know I used to yell. Hmm. Who? You saying Jim? Uh, no clue. Ask him? Oh, the character. Oh, I thought you were talking about a person. Um. Oh. What do you mean the old Octane? Can he not anymore? Oh wow. I haven't played it in years. Dude, has it really been that long since we've played Apex? Can someone please fucking plant the Okay, thank fuck. Why didn't you plant in a safe spot? Not that's like in the middle of a doorway. What are you doing? Why are you being gay? Like, why couldn't they be on the other team? Huh, Bailey? Like, what's going on? Like, why? Like, I don't understand. Butthole. Oh, I'm just awful. What? Wait, is it really? I'm not sure. What? Me or yours? Again, our team is just getting utterly outclassed. Oh yeah, also on console, my first game literally went up against a 5 stack in ranked. Luckily, we won the game. Where the fuck has Jack been? 10 HP. What? No, I did not know that. Sorry, some weirdo was. Really? I used to always have my thing on share. Huh. That's odd. What was wrong? Wait, I've been what? Wait, in Apex? Oh, that's funny. Why does this guy just have an? Why does he just have an open mic? I don't understand. Why do some people on PC have like an open mic? It's like, why, dude? Push to talk is a reason. Is a thing. Like, I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear you talk. Like, I don't give a shit. How do I? Oh, wrong button. I don't know actually how to like keep my scoreboard on there to mute people. Well, so I think the match is over anyway. Yeah, it's over. I would press tab. Huh? No, that doesn't do anything for me because when I would hold tab, it would just pull up the uh scoreboard. That's it. Even if like I don't even think I had my it wouldn't even let my mouse like scroll over it. It would be in controls, right? Yeah, at least on PC. On console, it's like okay. Yes. Spectator matchmaking. Ask Gemini what? Uh, Apparently scoreboard is just tab, but it doesn't toggle for me. I don't really think there is. Are you sure there's some sort of hotkey? Because I don't think there is. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What did you ask Gemini? Nope. The only time it's ever active is when I am like I was just looking like selecting a character and stuff, and then that's the only time I had to click my middle mouse button. Why? That's so weird. It's been so long since I. Well, then why don't you play it? I was mostly saying that to make fun of you, but I know why. I know you said you had been getting the feeling you'd want to play some more or play again. I can't remember what you said was stopping you. That's, I mean, that's fair. I can definitely understand why you'd want to find a job first. Bailey, I'm just putting it in people's asses. Um, I think I said something, but I was muted. Dude, I don't know if you saw that Vigil was just being an ass, just like standing in front of me. But I'll be honest, I'm probably gonna get the SimGot Mix 4 eventually. Like, I'll be excited to EQ that Sim. Oh, I said I'm gonna be excited to get my hands on that SimGot Super Mix 4 and EQ it. Dude, I thought you were gonna say I freaking cut out again. Are you okay?
Bailey.
You okay? Are you? Fuck. Same. What? Wait, did I or did I wait? Did I die or something? Am I dead or am I like alive? Wait, in what though? Oh, it was probably because of the way I died. I might be focusing. Shouldn't it tell you? Huh. I mean, it probably was, to be honest with you. Huh? Did you win? Oh, okay, yeah, that makes yeah, that makes sense. What did you say? In the clip, I mean. You still called me a what? Oh, that is crazy. Uh, Bailey, you see this? Oh, my game was lagging hard for a second. No, it's like I was shooting a piece of wood and it wasn't being destroyed. Bro, did we seriously just let them get in? Who's who? Or who's what? Sorry, some dude was complaining in chat. Who's what? Is there someone else in the clip? Oh. Maybe it's Dread? Maybe. Dude, some guy's like, how did y'all let them get into sight? And then someone's like, it's quick match. No one cares, LMAO. And I'm like, I'm really tempted to be like, yeah. What are you like brr. But I'm not a no brain just throwing. Who cares if you literally just proved his point? Am I right? The fact that he said I'm not a no brain throwing, like, if you don't care, then why do you care if someone's throwing? That doesn't make any sense. Like what? What? Wait, what did I say? Wait, is it Mike? Grim 5 HP, no BS. Bro, you're sweating so hard. Like, why? Wait, see if I say what time it is. No. Are you sure it was Spirit? Okay. Weird. I don't remember. Huh? Probably not. What conversation? Hmm. Yay. Also, Bailey, when you get a job, you're buying better IEMs. You don't need those shitty ones. Huh? No, dog shit. Need to get some like good old $200 I. God damn it. What? So the guy who was complaining about throwing went 3-3. I feel like I said, bro, you're complaining about people throwing when you're going 3-3. I should really say that, but I'm not. I'm not that petty. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Yes. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I got an alpha pack, bro. All right, are we ready? Hold on. All right, ready? 3. Are you watching? Tell me when it's at the alpha pack. Dude, I'm gonna open it quickly. Fuck. I found a match immediately. It's dog shit. Mm. Um, I'm gonna be real with you, dude. I kind of really want to play Dual Front with you, so I genuinely hope you get a job pretty soon because I think Dual Front's fun. I'll play it after this, but it is pretty fun. I know Javier and Noah and Austin don't really like it too much, just because I will say this because in that mode you have more HP and you have more HP when you're down. It is a little obnoxious, but it is still a one shot headshot. Actually, what am I doing? Oh. Also, it's funny. Me and Austin had our drones in a bush. I put my drone right in front of his, and I was like, "Get out of my bush! Go find another bush." Well, you're not very smart. Oh, all right then. My butthole itches. Is there any IEM that you're thinking of getting? No, I'm asking you if there's one that you're thinking of getting. Oh, which ones? A headset? Isn't that the same thing? Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Um, really, over the ear headphones? Why? That's fair. For me, I would rather put IEMs in than just dealing with like the big bulky like headsets. Fair. Oh, you're gonna be turned on. I might try and find some planar open back headsets or headphones, but like I don't know. I prefer IEM so much. What are you doing, bud? Dude, I'm shitting on people right now, actually, surprisingly. I'm not sure. Oh, god damn it. Say it again? Oh. Yeah, we do. I was like, dude, we send so much. Uh, you might be thinking of the exact one that I talked about a few minutes ago, which is the SimGot Super Mix 4. Here, I'll send you because it has the piezoelectric. Yeah, it has a dynamic, a BA, planar, and a piezoelectric. Which unfortunately I would love to get, but I can't right now, and I won't have the money for a while. Um, I mean, I have a few uh, the SimGot EM6L, one dynamic, four BA, uh, the Kiwi Ears Aether, the uh, the dual planar magnetic IEM, the Quintet. I mean, I would check. Uh, Hangzhou Zetan Wu Legend dual planar. No, Do you know if it was a planar or a hybrid? Okay. Huh? Touch cleaner. Yes. Here. Hey, check these because this was one that you found to be pretty interesting. It's a dual plane. I, but yeah, I just don't. I made a specific IEM. I don't. Have you been checking all the ones that I've been? What? I love how we just. I love how we're just rating this off of how it turned on. It gets us. All right, Bailey. You ready? Some dual front. You okay? Are you okay, bro? Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Bailey. This is dual front. It might just be. I actually thought it was more, but because like when you shoot them, it's very obvious they have more, but I'm just not entirely sure. Kind of. So we're supposed to be defending a zone, and we're supposed to be taking a zone. No, we're playing both. See? I mean that's because well, I mean yes, but like there's no like uh yes. Like I could just say fuck it and go, you know. Probably, yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, one left. I don't know, but I don't think I want to find out. Huh? I believe so. Yep, all that stuff regenerates. Yeah. Basically everybody regenerates their stuff, from what I understand. I don't know. I think they're but. Oh, sorry, what? I don't know how to determine who's winning or losing. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. That's a good point, and I didn't think about that. Probably. Uh, yes. I feel like they still have to push. Like I said, I also just don't know. Um, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But like you could very well be correct, but at the same time, it's like they're obviously still just gonna push because we're only defending and we haven't really pushed anything. I don't think people really take this that seriously. Obviously, though. Yep. Teammate, how shoot him? I I'm gonna be honest, that kind of made me annoyed because it's like, dude, you're literally shooting at him, and then I push and you don't shoot him, and you're blind. Uh, yes, I believe so. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Huh? Oh, I have no idea. What did you fucking do? Bro, like like teammate, hello? Wait, how did I kill someone? Did I down someone? Okay. Uh-huh. Uh, Probably. I just don't know. I don't know like the actual I would assume so. Teammate. Huh? I I don't know. I don't think so because they still say they do the same amount of damage. Yo, same. No, we'll have. Oh, same way. Huh? Well, from to be clear, Billy, from what I understand, every character what the fuck works exactly the same. It's just like they're like everything regenerates. From what I understand, like, that's pretty much it. No, because most people will just jump out and kill you when you're down. I mean, like, I'm gonna be real with you, dude. This mode is supposed to be fun, so I really wouldn't be like, huh? Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. What? I mean, I don't know. Oh no, that's not Conquest. You're thinking of Rush. Conquest is like a larger version of Domination. Huh? Yeah, there was a hostage thing that you could do. Yeah, I don't think it's up. I'm. What do you mean? What? No, yeah, this is the full release. What made you think it was just a thing? Oh no, it's like almost a month ago. Probably more than that. Yeah, that's why I was saying, Bailey. Like, I don't think you realized how much time has passed since you started just like taking a break from games in general. What? What's new? There's like so much going on. So wait, why? What? Really? That's odd. But what were you saying? Oh, I don't know. I don't understand why the. Has it been like that for a while now? I just adjusted something. No. That's- Golly gee, Williker has come. Yeah, I think this mode is more for uh I think this mode is more for like you have like a large people like 6 5 for when you do that kind of stuff. But like if you're just solo queuing, honestly, unless you're I mean, unless you really, really enjoy the mode, I think it can get really old fast. So yeah, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I know yesterday we talked about IEMs and my experience with a huge IEM in competitive gaming compared to a huge one because like when my Phoenix call wasn't EQ, like it was so incredibly hard to hear things. And from what I understand, being on forums, like a lot of them say that while yes, even the higher end IEMs, uh, when you don't EQ for gaming and like specifically competitive gaming, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because 90% of the time you need to at least apply even a slight because certain frequencies need to be boosted, which every IEM is exactly like EQ'd or sorry tuned for gaming. Like even the Zigat Arete, however, isn't like completely utterly. You might have to lower certain things, but from what I'm understanding now is that where there's a lot of bass, that tends to be turned down. Um, yeah, I mean like yeah, if you're trying to go for like a from because from my perspective, it seems like um your perspective on IEMs in terms of like competitive gaming is a more broad sense, and you prefer to just have a more broader IEM that covers everything. Whereas I feel like a lot of sounds like footsteps and like quieter sounds get muddy. In a lot of IEM. Uh, and that's yeah, and that's kind of why I shifted towards giving Gemini some criteria and then just letting it throw stuff at me to see what it comes up with. Because Gemini, from what I've noticed, is really good at being able to pull data from review sites and information on whether or not the reviews are. And I literally told Gemini to like look up the frequency response for the Phoenix call, and then I looked at everything that it recommended, and I was like, yeah, it's roughly about what I have. Um, and while I think these are pretty decent, I think I think if you really want IEMs for gaming, you either go with the what is it? The SimGot EA 500 LM or the SimGot EM6L, and then take the risk with the quality control. If you want something that's relatively cheap, like under $100, but like then if you're willing to go higher, I would still get the SimGot work because at that point, once you get in that range, like it's so minuscule about how much you go upward, and at that point, you might not even have to apply too many. Mhm. And I'm guessing that's why Gemini had me do the low class, be like sub basic. Also, I noticed it was because I forgot that my IEMs, because I didn't know too much at the time when I got them. Uh, Obviously mine are like slightly bass boosted, but I just didn't because like realistically, if I could go back, I would trade these out um for the super mix. If I could go back and trade the ones I have now, the Phoenix Skull, for the super mix, I would. Can you hear me? Okay. And the reason being is because what I found out is that these IMs are more for like musical and fun, like, multimedia stuff. Whereas the Super Mix is good for both, but it does very much excel at the 3D out of head sound space accuracy. So, so yeah, that's kind of why I would go back and do if that makes sense. And also, it makes sense because if I'm not mistaken, the Super Mix does have a relatively flat EQ or tuning, doesn't it? Did you just space out again? Oh, what do you? I don't remember. I said it 3 times, and I was like wondering what was going on. No, I was asking you if the super mix was relatively flat. No. That seems counterintuitive to what I'm looking for. Because if it tunes the way I'm thinking you mean, then it has a lot more. It has more bass and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm very confused as to why. Just looking at a single one, someone has theirs all the way at. I'm very confused by this. This seems very bass boosted. What? Why did Gemini recommend? I'm so confused. Then I'd have to EQ this all the way. I'm so. Ask Gemini why the Super Mix is recommended for a higher end. I don't understand. I okay. My preference, I want to find an IEM that does a good job of creating that out of head 3D like soundstage. But like basically what I'm saying is I need an IEM that has good imaging, good sound or good soundstage imaging and precision. But it also does a really good job of creating a 3D out of head experience in terms of soundstage. But Gemini was telling me that the SimGot Mix 4 is one of those. But that's not the way Gemini made it sound, though. That's not specifically what Gemini said, and that's also not what Gemini was describing what reviewers were saying. No, they are. They very much are. Ask Gemini, it'll. Oh, I think you should say that in a better. But what I okay to describe what I'm trying to say is that well, what I'm saying to you. Okay, well, hold on. Where is the confusion coming from for you? Because it sounds like you're very confused right now. So I know I am, but there's something that I keep saying that you seem to be very confused on. Because when I keep saying the 3D headspace, like Gemini is like literally quotes reviews of people saying similar things. Because like from what I understand, there are reviewers that do say that certain IEMs are really good at being able to recreate a 3D sound like state, not headphones but IEM. But this is excluding spatial audio. I, But this, I don't think this conversation is going to be productive at what I'm trying to do. I just need to find an IEM that does what I'm asking. For me, at least, I just don't think that's productive. I feel like it'd be far more productive to just like figure out what IEM does this, because if I'm sorry, What does that mean? Huh? It's what? And also, from what I'm understanding, and what I just read when I asked Gemini, why would I use Super Mix if it has uh, more bass than you would think should be necessary? It's basically saying it's not about how much, it's about the quality. Because that's kind of why I'm saying to you, Bailey, what you're asking is not helpful in this situation because I'm just wondering why do I need so much bass when I'm going to be reducing it anyway. That's kind of why I don't necessarily think you're on the right track because it's not answering the question I'm asking. That's the only answer I care about right now. Well, I just asked it, and it was, I mean, that's kind of why I think you should have asked that question first instead of just. This is kind of the thing that uh, sometimes me and you kind of separate on when we ask questions with Gemini is like you're too focused. Sometimes I feel like you're often too focused on the biggest picture possible when like the only question we should really be worried about is the main question at hand, and then we move on to the big picture. That makes sense. Because the big picture doesn't solve the confusion or the immediate confusion, which I'm trying to clear up. That makes Yeah, for me it doesn't matter. If I'm confused, it's a problem. And any information after being confused will be null and void. I mean, you've witnessed it firsthand. There's been numerous times where you've tried to do this similar strategy with me, and it just doesn't work. Obviously, Gemini is a different thing. I was kind of well, also, I do want to go back to what you were saying about like core of solving problems. I think me and you. So, I mean, maybe I'm not saying this, but me and you solve problems the same way. It's just when it comes to confusion, we operate differently, specifically with that problem specifically. Because if I'm confused, I need to solve that problem before I move on. But that's other than it. Because normally I would absolutely love to see the big picture and then, like, essentially, for lack of a better term, scroll in, which is normally how I operate. But if if I'm already if I'm already confused on something, I can't. I'm at a stance. If that makes And also to be completely honest, I'm more so just confused in frustration, and I'm just kind of looking for an answer instead of just trying to understand it because I need to make up my mind so I can plan ahead to what to buy, and so that's kind of why it's like frustrating. if that makes any sense. But it sounds like you're on top. I'm kind of lost, to be honest with you. Well, you're talking about headphones, though. We're talking about IEMs. I don't know if it's because I'm irritable or if it's because of the bullshit that happened here, but I'm just I'm really annoyed because I kind of just want to answer. Um, from my understanding, while that is true, it's not like absolutely. So I will explain this to you, and I'll tell you my irritation in a minute. But I just need to like just do what you need to do, ask the questions you need to, but like try to get to the try to get to the point, please. I just need to know what IEM to buy because right now I just don't know. Because I understand you're saying that like open back the headphones are really important. From my understanding, that is true. If you want the absolute top tier best, but it is not like the hill to die on. And it can still be relatively it can be uh, but I need an answer to be able to plan ahead. So kind of, I'm trying to not be an ass. I know you don't care, but it's something I've been trying to work on instead of just getting upset and just like yelling at people. So, but also, yeah, that's Dual Front. It's a fun game mode for a bit. It can get tiresome. That makes sense. That is something that was noted to me when I was. Oh, and when you do start asking the questions about what IEMs, um, make sure the price range is under $300, because otherwise it'll just go to the 1,000. Because like I have my preferences for IEMs to be, I have my preferences for IEMs saved as it's probably why it has my EQ like that. Oh wait, actually, I forgot. I haven't shown you Splitgate's VR, or just wait. You've seen some Splitgate 2 stuff, right? Oh, all right. Well, I will load it up. Mm-hmm. Hmm. How would I do that? How much does it cost? Huh? Wait for what? Oh, that. Oh, Green is black. Okay. Is that better? My stream. So this is the BR, by the way. Not like you'll see when I find it. Yeah, it's very slight, but I have a lot of stuff. Oh, might have to. Can you hear the game? There should be music playing. Oh, wonderful. Hello. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't get the audio. I don't know what window I need to be capturing, but yeah, because it doesn't say anything about what is going on. Huh? Uh, no, I think he was like, uh, uh, it still says rainbow6.exe. I don't. I don't know which option. Dude, what is up with my game? Okay, I'm just dropping frames everywhere. Okay. I, dude, it feels like my frame rate is at fucking 60. Do you see this? Like, what is happening? think my teammates are very. Yep. Okay. There we go. That should do it. Hopefully. Let me know if that fixes it. Hello. Oh. I guess my question is, so then why is then why are there IMs that are centered towards gaming instead of like people advertising the stuff for free? Because to me, them saying like the one from Sonar is mainly for over the ear headphones doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. Because I would assume that it would be for any sort of listening device that is used while playing a game. The point I'm trying to understand is, for me, there is a disconnect between, because it's hard for me to believe that any good IEM would be able to do such a thing. Because again, very clearly, when you look at people who EQ their headsets, their IEMs, and things like that towards gaming, it is very different than what you would see a normal IEM response curve be. At least from my experience. Like I said, the Phoenix Call EQ that I have is absolutely amazing. I love it. Like, is it a little bit muddied in where exactly hearing them is? Sure, but like, it's close enough. It's close enough to the point where even if I make slight adjustments, it'll it'll get better and better as long as I make the right. What the problem is that if I then go back to it being un-EQ'd, like they're good, but like at the same time, I just don't know. I don't know what to EQ. And if I just do like random EQs, like taking down taking down the highs and stuff like that, because just that short conversation with Gemini about how to EQ the Phoenix Call, like that to me made me understand EQ a lot better. Like I get it, you're really good at understanding things being written down, but unless something else tells me otherwise, I don't see a reason to believe that the Sonar software's spatial audio is going to be just fine for my IEM. Like, I don't see any reason to believe that because there's nowhere that says, oh, this is for headset, not IEM. Yeah, and also using my IEMs too, EQing them for gaming, they did not sound good. Like I could, like, even EQing them to a certain, like, I couldn't. It was like going from those EQ'd to my Phoenix Call EQ'd is like night and day. Like I get it, yes. One of them is $130 and one of them is like $50, but like that's kind of my point. Is like I need to know what IEM instead of just saying, "Oh, hey, just go for any IEM." To me, that's not helpful. And this is kind of like this is a common theme between me and you. You kind of do this thing where you're like, "Oh, pick anything," and I'm like, "That's not helpful." And like I don't know why, but I feel like I have to repeat myself a lot when it comes to that. But we've clearly figured out that, like, but we also don't know that though. Well, that's also why we look at reviews and stuff. And from what I understand, there are certain IEMs that have a better soundstage compared to the Phoenix Call. And that's at least what Gemini is telling me. Again, Gemini's not the end all be all, but I don't. To be very clear, from what I understand, Gemini points all of this out. They will, like, I mean, let me ask you, okay, to show you what I have experienced, pull up your screen and put a new chat in for Gemini, because I don't think you quite understand what I mean when I say I ask stuff like Gemini. Oh God, I can hear myself. Why? What did you do? Oh. Why are you doing entire stream? Oh. Dude, you have so many servers. What the fuck? No, I've just said you have so many servers. Yeah, dude, what is the steel? Why do you have a steel? Um. So basically, ask it this: what is the bet? Give me a list of IEMs under $300 that are the best for competitive gaming in terms of soundstage, imaging, and precision. Spelled competitive wrong. So. You forgot precision. Yep. Yep. So the thing you'll notice is that if you go down, I believe it like talks about smoke. Um, oh, I guess not. Yeah, I have to show you. What I'm trying to point out to you, I guess it was because we said give a list. What I'm trying to point out to you is that I don't know if it's just about subjective, because from what I understand, there is objective sound quality and there is objective sound state as well. And so from my understanding, it's generally perceived. No, I know. Like the reason I know this is because it's literally talked about in the Hi-Fi Head like forum, because they've literally quoted it. They've said yes, there is, but there is also a point where that turns into subjective. But there's a fine line. And so, from my understanding, is that the like I don't know, because everything you're telling me is contradicting itself, like just in every way possible. I don't. Uh, well, no, because it's like you're throwing all this information at me and it's not helpful. And it's like I just want an IEM that'll do what I want. And it's like there are some things that you're saying are subjective that isn't correct, and then and then vice versa, and then it's like what are you like I get it, yes, for the most part you have more knowledge than me in audio, but like at this point I'm just I don't know. Like how about you just tell me the answer, please? Because what I'm but from what I'm understanding, that's not necessarily true in terms of my specific criteria. That's what I have understood from most reviewers, and what Gemini has told me. Right, but the point of what I just said though stands. Yes, but today really just starts going in the toilet, huh? I will. Um, so earlier today, I got a call from New Hampshire Healthy Family um, chairman, and essentially I break down middle of the call because I was told that I would not still have to go through some whole process in order to get prior authorization. I have to go to a nurse, talk to a nurse or whatever, and find some sort of reason to get prior last day, which clearly all they have to do is talk to Social Security, which they said they don't do that because Dimitri, um, but he said they don't New Hampshire do that. Yeah, but like you guys are being employed by Medicare. You guys are giving me health insurance because I am disabled. So y'all, I shouldn't have to explain myself. There's literal evidence of me being disabled and of the things I'm speaking about. All she ever kept doing, all she ever kept saying was like, "Yeah, I totally get that." Which, yeah, sure, I get it. She's validating my claims, but it's not fucking helpful. And so I kind of just freaked out, got angry, and hung up. And now, when it comes to a surefire thing that I thought was great, like I have all this planned out, try and get an IEM, and now I'm being told like, oh, I probably should just try and look for something else. And it's like I still can't get an actual answer because what you're telling me not only is very contradictory to everything that I've read, but on top of that, I can't get an actual answer out of anything, and it's just exceedingly not helpful. Like what, like, and so like today has just been a shit show, and I'm just I don't know. I need someone to throw me a bone because at first I thought because like, now I just don't know. Should I worry about like the fact that it is base boosted because I'm gonna keep using it, or is what Gemini said about the texture of the base like important? That's probably why it's still base boosted because the quality of the base is good, or I don't know. And that's kind of what I've been trying to explain to you. It's like, yes, I get it. Like, you can't like there's no one answer. But just saying like any IEM above $100 is going to be good, that's not helpful because again, from what I understand, that is not true. It's just flat out not true because some IEMs have some things that do things better for said thing. And from everything that I have learned about looking this specific topic up, because I have asked Gemini this numerous times, over and over about certain aspects, is that IEMs are built for purpose for the most part, and it depends on what their purpose. And some IEMs are made better for soundstage imaging slash precision than others. And even when you get to the $100 range, that is still the case. So me just picking a random IEM above $100 is probably gonna um end up me just regretting a purchase like I am, because I still have to put hundreds of hours, or like many hours into listening to it at base, and then many hours into me listening to it EQ. And it's like, what's the point? Because at this point I might as well just stick with my Phoenix call and just give up. And that's my frustration. And then you add on the stuff with all that, and it's like, I just, that's kind of why, like, I'm pushing here, help you understand what I've heard and seen, and I don't necessarily think your information you have right now is correct, but I feel like you just keep repeating over and over and over what you're saying. Like, I don't feel like my what I have dug up and heard and seen, whether it's from Gemini reading stuff off forums, from the actual like HeadFi or whatever it's called forum, is really being heard, and you're not taking it, or at least you're not hearing it, because it's like, I feel like you're only going off of your own experience instead of just listening to what, like, other audio files and hear. And like, while yes, I get it, you're saying that soundstage is subjective, but again, from what I understand, that's not necessarily the truth. There is probably about a 20 whatever else split between it being subjective and not, because there is obvious soundstage in certain IEMs that create this 3D out of head effect for you, and it's not just software. There are some IEMs that do that better than others, but obviously to get the full effect as a, like almost exactly like a headphone, has to be software audio. But I don't know. I'm just, at this point I kind of just give up the ghost, so frustrated at everything, because now I just feel like I need to delete my entire IEM. Right, but that's not what we're talking about, and that doesn't matter. Again, not from what I've heard in those other forums. Like, it, that that thing that you're talking about, the 3D out of head thing, is not exclusively for open back headphones, and it can be sought after in IE. It is just, think about it this way: open back headphones are at 100% for that effect, where from what I understand, IEMs are at 70. That's how I. That's what being. Right, I understand that, but like, I need us to stay on topic, and you're just kind of like, but I just kind of feel like you're like ignoring a lot of the information. But they do that in that forum. I guess I'm not understanding what you're talking about because they literally do that in like here. How do I? Because the thing I'm confused about, where you're saying that they don't do that in those forums when they clearly do, is like go look at the